It's Michael Butler from Ballingarry. I saw my children suffer, I'm about to break the chain. I raised the flag in England, they wear the fighter line. Far away from Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. Sing along. Take me home to Mayo and Ballingarry, across the Irish Sea. Dear old Mayo, there once I roamed so free. Take me back to Mayo, there let my body lie. Oh, at last in Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. In Condrons Bar Ballingarry, for the loving of my country, on hunger strike I die. I have just one last longing, I hope you'll not deny. Bury me in Mayo, beneath an Irish sky. Take me home to Mayo, across the Irish Sea. Home to dear old Mayo, where once I roamed so free. Take me back to Mayo, there let my body lie. Oh, at last in Mayo, beneath the sky. Oh, so John, we know you gone far away from your dear home. You're gone the tinker's daughter, along the road to Rome. Oh, so then, John, you won't stick it long to your belly will soon get slack. You'll be walking the road with a mighty load and a toolbox on your back. There's one fair county in Ireland with memories of glorious and grand, where nature has lavished its bounty. It's nocturnal here in straight land, and it's cathedral and city. It's founded high public so true, and it bears in the heart of his bosom the ashes of Brian Burlew. It's my home, this home sing up on the rocks. My home we are collected in foreign lands to roam. No matter where you wander, feel valley or unseen. Sure, my heart is at home in all Ireland, in the county of Armagh.
Ladies and gentlemen, could I please have your attention, please? Could I have your attention, please? For about an hour. However, I want to keep it quiet for an hour, but I'll do my best. Firstly, I'd like to welcome everybody here tonight. I've seen a lot of people that I haven't seen for a long time, neighbours of mine and everything, and it's great to see him. Younger looking than Dick, I see Tony Hart here, he's younger looking he got. This is a 40th anniversary of the 1966 Ballingarry team and of the team of 1969. So I was a very young fella at the time. I was only 10 or 11 years of age. You all know what age I am now. But make a long story short, these were great players. you're forgotten, but I would never forget them because they were a great inspiration to me and great inspiration for the players that played with me years after because they had terrible heart and we learned from them. So they've been honoured here tonight, which is well overdue. Firstly, I would like to thank John Scanlon, the skipper, for organising this reunion and anniversary, and it's also kindly sponsored by Peter Healy. Well done, Peter. So I won't delay any longer, so we'll get it going. And the first man I call up here tonight was a very, very fine hurler indeed. He was the captain of the 66 team, Paddy Kiley. You were one of the finest hurlers I see in Ballingarry down through the years. Paddy, how was your greatest day hurling for Ballingarry, if you can remember?
I suppose winning the first West with Ballingarry.
Who were some of the great players that you played against at that time?
They were all great. In my estimation, Liam Daly there, look one of them, behind John Quill.
You know, to blind myself, do you often like with the notion to go out in the field again? You would, of course.
Sorry?
You'd love to get the notion to go out in the field again at times, I suppose, would you?
Times I would, but I couldn't hit the ball with this.
Paddy, you could hit it with anything, Paddy, you were so good. Well done, Paddy. Paddy Kiley, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, before I go anything, the man that's doing the presentation here on time here tonight is one of our fine hurlers at the moment here in this club. Don Lovegrady is doing the presentation here. One of our Now, we go to the captain of 1969. I haven't seen him since left Ballingarry, so I'm looking forward to seeing him. Pat Malone. Pat? Pat, I think you were one of the great instigators of 66 and 69. You were a great man to motivate the team. Pat, what great memories have you of 66 and 69?
I felt very honoured, first of all, to be asked to train the team at the time. I was anxious to see the team playing with a little bit of spirit and determination, and I suppose at that time, maybe I shouldn't say it, but I was the person that asked them to break up with Granite and to go out on their own and form their own team. Because I felt if they stayed with Granite at that time, there'd be too many fellas from around the town here who wouldn't get a game. So, the lads were good enough to do what I asked of them, and from there on, they gave it everything they had, and fair play to them, they were good enough to win a junior championship. And I think it was a great honour for the parish and for the lads. I know there were some of the people that were involved at that time have passed on, such as Danny Hourigan and Paddy Healy and John Roach, and I suppose Johnny Hapton. It's very sad, but that's life, and it's great to think that there's only one member of that team or that panel that has died in the meantime. Well, I won county championship in 1964 up in my home place in Galway, and the sixth of that team have passed on. So you can count yourself very lucky here in Ballinrobe, as opposed that we're all still around.
Thanks very much, Pat. Pat, just before you go, who were the great players around that time that you played against then?
I haven't great memories of the opposition, to be honest about, but I suppose the big man out in Lockadderry was one of them. Jim Begley and Tom Markham and Rathkeil, Perry Clancy, of course. I don't know, we never liked playing against Perry, but he was a great man and a great player and a great man for the club here, even though he was playing with Rathkeil. He always trained with us, and they were the best of them that I can remember at the time.
Thanks very much, Pat. I haven't seen you for a long time, and it's a pleasure when I talk to you later. Well done, Pat. Padder Daly. Can we call on Padder Daly, please? Padder, come back here. We're not going to give away a trolley. Padder, I was talking to you earlier on, and you said you were a great man to get goals. Who would the hardest man to score goals against?
Well, I didn't score too many in Pat Clancy, I'll tell you that. I tried to get him to play with us at one time, but no, he wouldn't come back to us. And I reckon he should have been on the 73 limit team, I reckon. I think he was a better goalkeeper than the man who was there. No, that's taken away from him.
Well, who was some of the great players who played against you? You played back in the late 50s, even Paddy. You played very young. Who were the great players who played down through the years against?
Well, I played against Big Savage now, and they were fairly handy, like cornerback. But I played with Ho a couple of years, but a pity I wouldn't play with him when he was a bit younger. I was done the last one, especially when the old knee was given out to him. So Paddy Kiley, like, was one of our best as well, like, you know. But you hate mentioning names, like, you know, because everybody contributes, like, you know. So.
Well done, Padder. It's great having you tonight. Well done, Padder. Jim Kennedy. Will Jim Kennedy, please? Jim is another Galway man. We have a Galway team here, guys. How are you keeping, Jim? Jim, I'm going to get away with something. Jim? Jim, I have to say a few words. You didn't play in 66, but you played with a part of the team in 69 and the years after that. Did you enjoy your time with Ballingarry, Jim?
I did, yeah. Very much. I played to get to know the people, and I enjoyed it very much.
But going back to you, who were the great players around that time? Because there was the same players we were all time talking about. We had Keane and we had Doherty and all those. But who was the best player you think about all those folks that were around at the time?
But I have to say, especially in the pub now, it's easy to say who was the best player. And I'd like this. But we had some brilliant players here, like Padder Daly and Michael, Skipper, all the boys are very good team.
Well done, Jim. Right, we'll talk to you again, Jim. Thanks, Jim. Mikey Roach. Not here. John Jones here. John Jones will do the honours tonight. How will keep it? John Jones representing his brother Mike here tonight. Mike can never come. John Jones input to bid. John John, what do you remember about 66 and 69?
And I'm not all about it.
John John, right, you might not have the ball on. John John, you might have the ball on. Have we any tip for a dog or a horse tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, but Tuesday night maybe.
Tuesday night. Right, John John, we'll be all right. Well done, John John. A little small corner forward behind. A kind of a Jordine in Ballingarry at the time, Jim Catron. Jim, one thing used to amaze me when I used to see you holding. How you used to get the ball into your hand?
I don't know, I've forgotten it all.
You forgot it all?
Yeah. But I don't know whether that good at all. I handled the holy the wrong way. I don't like it. I think the best colour I saw was Bertie Hearn. he's still looking for this castle. I can't find him. Anyway,
Who are the best players, Jim, in your time?
or in the local, well, see, it's very hard to, there's one individual in this house, he was, I think, Sean Sullivan. To me, he was the best player. And Skipper himself, John. They were good players, and I want to have more.
Well done, Jim. Good man yourself. Well done. How's that making so much noise down? My Tony of it. I hear holding it. Michael McAuliffe. Michael, I will ask you one thing first before hurling. What handicap are you in the golf?
I'm afraid I can't say no.
Are you 9? So bad, I'll take a while. Michael, you're one of the best centre forwards I've seen in a long time. Because when you hit the ball, you won't see it no more than hit the back of the net. That's the only time the net would stop it. That's how we have those days, Michael. Michael, what do you think of those days gone back in the 60s? Would you enjoy them? Of course you enjoy them. Who were the great players in your time?
Well, I think there was a lot of great players that time. We had a great blend of youth and experience that time. We had Paddy Kiley, we had Mick Quaid, Sean Sullivan, and then we all came on the scene, John Quill, Mike Healy. I think we should have won 2 county finals. But that's all, doesn't work out that way.
Michael, you won a couple of All-Irelands as well. 10 handball. How many All-Irelands did you win, Mike?
One.
Only won. Sorry, Mike.
1969.
1969. I know that with Pat Anstey, was that right?
Yeah.
With Per. And Pat's here tonight.
I won the singles, Per and Johnny Harton
Won the doubles.
and Johnny Harton won the singles.
Yeah. Well done, Michael.
I thought he was one of the best I ever played against.
Right. Well done, Mike. Well done. Oh, they used to say, this man he get it free. They used to say he put it to an even needle, and he would. Seamus Costello.
Heavy better than the
Seamus. Well done, Seamus. I think I was thought as a fantastic free taker. No matter what they put down the ball, they'd put it between the posts. Because I remember that the umpires at the time got to know you. They'd have the flag in their hand before they'd strike the ball. That's right, Seamus.
Well, I don't know all about that. Like, we've met several good teams at that stage. But I think my best memory of a West final was the final below in the skating. We had to be at Rathkeale that day. But we couldn't go for goals to come to Clancy and goals. We had to put them over the bar. And that was what for how long Danny Latimus and him taught me. Put them over the bar, he said, because we won't be at Clancy and second goals.
Well done, Seamus. And I tell you, Seamus, you weren't well able to put them over. Well done, Seamus. 30 million. 130.
You were involved in it.
30. What's your great memories of the 66 and 69 year and the early 70s, Bertie?
I tell you, the best memory was when you and Gary come over to mark him out at the end.
That's right.
That's why the Ballingarry won down west. They put mark him out. I never
We want to
see.
hear that thing here now tonight, Bertie. We want to hear that now.
Well, I thought it was right heel about that, but it was nice.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Who were the great players at that time? Or in your estimate?
I tell you now, the great players at that time, Tom Marston was a good player, the Bigleys, Paddy Salmon, Newcastle West, and of course I can't let down my own old town here. Skipper was a great hurler. I'd say no more after that now.
Well done, Bertie. Good man. No problem, Bertie. As we call on a very good, lively corner forward in his time, Stevie Roach. Stevie, I was talking to Stevie one night, and it always stands out in my mind. I said to Stevie, you were like a hair. No, said Stevie, I was like an electric hair. Stevie, you were a nice player, great, lovely hands. Stevie, what was your great memories of 66 and 69?
What was my best?
Your greatest memories?
Well, in 66 I was a sub. And of course, it was the best day in our life to win 1966 final. Because Racky was West Limerick champion at that time. And they had beaten Condrons Bar Ballingarry in 65. And we came up with a team in 66. With 10 or 20 players that never won a championship match in that day.
Well done, Stevie. Well done, Stevie.
And I came on in 67 at maybe 20 years of age. And I was after playing 9 or 10 games of handball above in the alley, and I went back to see Ballingarry, Granite playing Ballingarry behind Trainer's Field. And I played, I think, corner forward, Liam Daly with the other corner. And I scored 4 goals, 4 points.
4 goals and 4 points. Welcome. 4 goals and 4 points.
My man here, Liam Daly, he nearly killed me. They were belting off me and roaring anyway, but saying that anyway. Of course, we were very young and we would be falling inside in the pub drinking, but Liam Daly's father came on one day and he said, Steve, he said, all they want me is to sum up the hull and Ballingarry between you and Mikey Roach. And he said, listen, he said, if Mikey Roach had your hands, he'd be on the county team. And if Bo had his access, he would be on the Munster team.
Stevie, any old dog one recently? Choose a night, Stevie.
Sports.
Sky Sports. That's your tip. Sky Sports at Choose a night. Once I didn't hear it from me, lad, Stevie. David Duggan, Sky Sports. Johnny Hackett, and is represented by his son Jim. I was talking to Jim there earlier, and we were just talking about Johnny Hackett. I think Johnny Hackett is one of the great sportsmen in this town. There's no doubt in the world about it. He was a great handballer, and I think Johnny will be remembered all over Ireland, all over Munster, and anywhere you go, for his great handball and the dedication he gave to handball in Ireland, with Munster in Ireland. And he won all Ireland handball medals and everything. I think he'll be sadly missed. He was a great Gael as well. So I was talking to Jim there beforehand. The first man that ever gave me a jersey, the first man that ever put a jersey, handed me a jersey, I was 11 years of age, was Johnny Hackett. I'll always remember it. He took us back, we took Father Mike back to Lafayette. And I'll always remember them things with Johnny Hackett that done that. And I'm sorry he's not here tonight, but Jim, you'll say a few words on it.
I suppose it's strange in a way, Dave, that he's the only one that's not with us. It is a pity, but it's live, and I spoke to several people over the last week, and the same thing I said to them. But it's a privilege to me and my family, and thanks Dave, and thanks to Skipper. Thanks a million to Skipper, because without Skipper it wouldn't have happened at all, I suppose. That's it, Dave. There's one other thing. Michael mentioned him earlier on. My father always complained about playing against Michael. He said he couldn't get out against him when he was playing in Ballingarry. So Michael won the All-Ireland in 69 and my father won it in 1970 with Back Lindsay.
Great players, lads. Right. Well done, Jim. Well done. We're a small bit of quietness back here because small little bit, lads, if you don't mind. I know you have to stop, but Mick Quaid. Come on, Mike. Mick, I was very young man when I saw you play. I know that the first West final I ever went to was 1963 down in Rackey against Drumcollar, down in Ballingarry. And I remember who playing centre field and who gave a storm on the side there. I asked my father going home with the black cap. The black cap fell at that time. Down. He said, that's Mick Quaid. That was Mick Quaid. Mick Quaid. Mick, what's your great memories of Ballingarry back in the 60s, in the early 70s?
In 66 was our great year, like when we went and we had great heft and great spirit, and we had two great men with us, Danny and Paddy Haley, both of them did know. So that was a great year for us, like,
You also played in 69, Mick. You are 69, you also played in 69, Mick.
Yeah, that was my last. So, we're trying to pack it in.
Glad to see you play, Mick. There's no doubt about it. You're a great player. Well done, Mick. No problem. Liam Daly. You're here alongside me. You're not going to go and don't send if you want. Come around there. Come there for a second. Liam, you were one of the full forward at the time. Big, strong man. Until it was had to shift to it, I can tell you. But you were a fine player as well. Liam had your great memories of 66 and 69.
Alice, 66 was our great year, like, just after breaking up. And, I suppose any fella that was able to walk, we put a jersey on him and we had But there was fierce heart in that team, like, you know. There was fellas, I suppose they'd never have got a game either if we stayed with Grana, like, you know. It was great for them to get a game. Yeah.
What the great players at the time, Liam, and the great one, the big, who were the best? Well, that's not straight out question. Who was the best full back in make no time?
I don't know. Tanaka.
That was very popular here tonight. But I beat him with my cane tomorrow. Well done, Liam. Patrick Horgan is not here, but he's to be collected by Carmel Horgan. Carmel Horgan here. Carmel O'Connor, is it? You're not, no.
I was only in the imagination for one game, but I was a reality for the second one.
Well done.
I'm giving it all away.
Oh, one of the wiliest corner forwards of all time. He said if he'd have rope, he'd tie me to the post one time. He wouldn't score 5 yards, but he'd score 3 goals. Pow! Well, Pa, very well done, son. Pa, our star was here. Their story was back in, I was too young, of course, to remember. You were great men to score goals. But in 1966, you were stopping goals. You were the goalkeeper for Ballingarry that day, Pa. What's your recollection of the game that day?
That's right. When we started in 1966, we started with a brand new team. In the first match we played, I was in goals and I left in 13 goals.
Don't happen in the first match, Pa. No, he forgot to say there was a strong wind.
But when I came to the final day, I didn't let in any, so...
Well done, Pa. This was another fine homer. Stylish player, Shani Sullivan. Shani. Ron, you're one of these clashing midfielders. Remind me of of Johnny O'Connor of Topman over playing. Left and right and able to travel with the ball. You enjoyed your time back in the 60s playing, Sean?
I did indeed, Debbie. They were great days. As some of the boys said there, in 66 when we started out, we had, I think it was about 3 of the team from Gunner Ballingarry, on the Gunner Ballingarry team. And at that time, Gunner said that they had fellas better than the 3 of us. And we decided we start the team on our own, which we did. And the proof is here, Debbie.
Lads, you know it is. I played against Johnny Sullivan, he went back to Arda, but I played against him back in 76. I got a bit of a shoulder and hit me up again the way above the colour. I finished that in about 10 minutes. Well done, Johnny. You're right. Well, we have Donald Grady Senior here, please. Come on, it's coffee. Well done, Donny. Oh, Donny, we're not going to get him out night here. Donny, you're the baby of this team. The baby of this team. I have to stand up for him because we played together after. We won the county championship after together. And I think there was the goal in the county championship in 79 that won it, scored by Donald Grady. Well done, Donny, on that day. Donny, what's your memories of 66 and 69?
To be honest, I think my memories are more of 69 than 66, but it was absolutely fantastic. There was some tremendous games, particularly against Rathfield. I think they were the bogey team at the time, but in the final I have one abiding memory of Long Danny going around the back of the goals and telling Jim Carmody leave in a few goals because Ballingarry were winning so well. But I think they then got a few good goals and he was getting very worried, so he started to give out to him. But anyway, it was a great time.
Well done, Donny. Well done, yourself. Well done. We have Jackie Condon, please. Jackie, well done. Jackie's missed it. Now, firstly, I scored to all these matches when I was a young fella. I don't be able to go to these matches, or did Jackie Condon take me in the car. So I'd seen none of the matches only for Jackie. So I thank you for that anyway, Jackie, number 1. No. It's true, and I'm not on the one in saying this. They won the corner forward, or a forward in West Limerick, or in County Limerick, they had scored off Jackie Condon. He was one of those great corner backs. He was a real corner back, sneaky, you wouldn't get an inch from him. Can you remember, Jackie, can you get memories of those days, Jack?
Yeah, especially the 66 final against Rathfield. It was a very close match, and it was very exciting. Yeah.
Jackie, who were one of the best forwards to play then? You must have been like, you were a great corner back and you must have played in some good forwards.
I think that against Rathfield that day, I was marking, I think, NDOD, and he was very fast. I think I can score most of the players.
I think the home's off first either. Well done, Jackie. John Quinn. John, up here. Well done, John. That's a right. John, I asked Jim Catton the same thing, and we go, how you whisked the ball into that hand, I did not never know. There'd be 4 or 5 fellas around him, and next thing you see John Quill shooting out, ball in the hand. I don't know how you used to do it, John. One hand.
Yeah. No? It was with the 1966, I remember Tom Mack and Per Wilmot, they flattened me about 5 minutes to go. Oh dear, I never forget that. And Long Danny says, why don't you take your pint? But the most disappointing one, we were 3 goals up against Rathfield in 1968 at half time, and we lost the match. Shanice scored about 3 goals that day, and he was a big tall fella for Rathfield. I'll never forget, I was very disappointed.
I was so disappointed I cried coming home. But however, you were a great team anyway, John. And John is as young looking as he was that year, 1969. Jimmy Condron. Jimmy here, Jack. Well done, Jimmy. Well done. Too late. No. Jimmy, what's your great memories of 66 and 69? You were a young man in 66, but then...
I was on the panel that time, and Johnny really, on and off. There were great holders in Ballingarry at the time. John Quinn there was a mighty holder. Tony Hartnett, and of course the skipper himself. He's the best pair of hands I've ever seen in my life.
Who were the great players who can remember playing against Jimmy in those times?
Against, I suppose, the Begleys in Knockaderry. Jim Begley, he was a mighty holder, I think. And then he was one of the best, I thought, anyway.
And what a fair apparatus himself, Jim. Yeah. Well done, Jimmy. Now, they're down in Cork, they're the Rock. But we the Rock here in Ballingarry, Matty right. Matt, one thing I remember about 1966, I remember the film. You had a great game that day, Matt.
Listen now, and I'll tell you, Davey, I think Pa Hall summed it up there when he said that there was 13 goals scored against them. I was probably the full-back. So, that summed it up there.
Matt, I would never say things like that. But Matt, what's your great memories of 66 and 69?
There were great times. Like, and I think one thing was that we all got on so well together. But you know, there were great times. There were different times. We wouldn't probably have the skill of these fellas now, but certainly I didn't have much skill. But there was a great club.
You would know you were around that.
Maybe in that time, maybe that fellas even we did something maybe to have the club they have today. Maybe, you know.
Matt, who was the best full forward to play then?
Oh, the best full forward.
Oh, okay. Oh, my neighbour used to have me about popping around the field one time. Tony Hartnett, all the way down from Dublin. Well done, Tony. This man is an uncle. This man is an uncle to a very famous footballer, a Dublin man, Paul Cullen. So that's where Paul Cullen got all his skill from Tony. Tony, what's your great memories of 66 and 69?
Well, first of all, I have to say thank you all for coming here tonight. It's unbelievable to see, have a look at you all again after 40 years. Honest to God, I could pick out the faces, no problem. It's great to see you, and thanks very much to John Scanlon or the skipper, sorry, and as he's known by, for the skipper. Now, the 66 team was something special because we had a great trainer in Pat Malone and a few more. But we also should never forget we had great support that time. Ballingarry supporters must have been the best in West Limerick. They came out to watch us in hail, rain and snow, no matter where we went. And that is, today's thing is there are no supporters going out. But we had support that time. And that's what kept us going. Every time we went to the match, Danny used to say to us, look at them people, they want you to win today. And we went out and we won for the people in Ballingarry. And we're very proud to be part of the winning team in 66 and 69, and I am very proud man tonight in this pub. Thank you very much.
Well done, Tony. Well done. Well done. So, Pat Dempsey was gone home that night, home from skating up by Rackeel, and what Pat Dempsey said to himself, He said, how could we beat Ballingarry? He said, let God playing with him. Could we have Father Bond, please? I made the speech and everything, he got away from me. Come here to me. Well, the enthusiasm this man had about Holly. I drive down an old narrow road around Cool Kappa, and I'd often meet him. And we'd block the road for a half an hour talking about Holly. I met him there about a father. There was car coming up behind us, going, Mum, we move out of the way. We were talking about Holly. Father Bond, how you keeping? I'm not going to give you a sermon here tonight, I won't keep you long. Is that all right? Come here to me. What's your great memories of that time back in 66 and 69?
Now, I'll go back a bit before that. Memory of 59. We had a minor team in 59. We had one match in June. We got beaten. And we had no more games for the rest of the year. We will still meet and hurl among ourselves, something that does not happen today. We had no trainers, no referees or no coaches. We would just pick two teams, built it away among ourselves, and the old skills developed. 66. I'm embarrassed about 66. As we beat Knockaderry, the day Connie Casey won a pile of money, because he got 4-1 in Ballingarry that day. And we beat that player. And then I immigrated. And then one night over in London, I got a phone call. You were after beating Rathkeil. And I lifted the roof of the presbytery, gets it to roar, and I woke the cannon. But I heard about it the next morning. Memories associated with, of course, Mark and Patsy Horgan from Tournafulla, without fighting. And we did it. Anyway, thanks for tonight. There's one man down there I love seeing again. I met a lot of these fellas at the school reunion, but Pat Malone, and that's the wife of the. See, you changed a lot, didn't you? Pat, how are you? Lovely. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for the organising, and thanks to the sponsor.
Well done, fella. Didn't keep us too long tonight. Is he here? Tom Boak, is Tom Boak here? No. Anyone representing him now? Jim Carmody. Jim Carmody here. Jim Carmody here. In the team that time back in 69, and I played with him afterwards. He was a very, very good hurler. And I see one of his sons playing there lately, and he's a very fine hurler as well. Frank Snow. Well, Frank. Frank was one of the babies of the team back that time as well. Frank, what's your memories of, I think it was 69, Frank, I suppose?
Yeah, well, the 66 team, I suppose they're a team of legends, and just had to break into that team very hard because they were all great players. They trained hard and they worked hard, and I think they deserved everything they got. You know, they won the West there in 66 after breaking away from their sister parish, and it was a great achievement at the time.
Who was in your time? I played with a much back in the 70s. Frank, who was the best players who played in your time?
There was Jonah Holden was hard and tough at the time, I suppose, and there was a lot of great players around from different parishes, I suppose, different. You know, you had great players in Rathkeil and Tournafulla, I suppose, and Arda. You know, but yeah, they were all fairly good. You know, there were great players here at that time.
No doubt Frank would have been playing in 79, but it's only for injury, Frank.
I suppose it cost me a good 3 years, you know. But
Frank, when you were playing, you gave it your all.
I'm sure we done our best, I suppose.
Well done, Frank. Thanks. Yeah. Well, it's John Catherine. Is John here? Oh, Jim will do the honours, Jim. Good job, Mr. John.
Thank the lads here into John Skipper Scanlon for arranging this and Peter Healy at the back. That's all I have to say. And we're all great hurlers, I'd say.
Well, thanks. And then playing 69, and he was a very, very fine forward indeed, was Mickey Sullivan. Is Mickey here? Amanda has organised this. A very fine player himself. I learned a lot from him. He taught me, and the best I'll say I won't say a word. But John Skipper Scanlon. John, look up at the camera here, John. What's your great memories, John, of those times, 66 and 69?
I have indeed. Fantastic memories. I'll tell you something now. I was playing our match one day, and I think Ron skating was fine, and all things weren't going too good for me. And Shawnee sort of said, Skipper, he said, just jump up, he said, and get that ball, he said, and short to Shannon, he said, and short him no more, he said, for the rest of the hour. But I done the job anyway, and we won it. And Shawnee said, he said, that's the best hour, he said, you'll ever have in your life. And I thank Shawnee sort of for that. And it meant that I hurled with subs and everything like that. They were a great attitude to Ballingarry. But I tell you one thing too, you can never do without a grove man.
And he had 3 or 4 grove men on that team, and the McCallus and myself and the Roaches and all those. You were tough men. Yeah.
I suppose, if they hadn't broke up that time, I suppose to be some of us, we'd never hurl. But I always maintain, if we didn't get our place with Ballingarry or Granite, I'd have hurled for Raquel, I'd have hurled with Pine Clancy, a fantastic bloke, Per Clancy, and always was and always will be.
John, I was asking a couple more questions, John. John, you won a couple of All-Ireland medals?
2.
All-Ireland medals.
I left in 69 after we getting based in the county semi-final over in Kilmarnock. I borrowed £100, I never paid it back. But, I played with Warwickshire. I played with Warwickshire, I was under a different name. And we beat Kerry behind in Killarney in 69. And 73 then we beat Loud above Nardi. My brother-in-law and my sister-in-law was up in it. And I won a county medal, a county junior medal with Finality in Tipperary in 74. And with Limerick medal.
Going back to the the county medal with Clonant here. Were you illegal, John? Were you transfer?
I was. No. Oh, Jesus, no. I wasn't that bad. I didn't know what I was coming to go at that time. But I tell you what, sure, I'm ever so glad to be here. And I want to thank Pete Healy, Mike Condon, and all the sponsors. They gave me great support for this thing to turn out well tonight. And Nora Keefe there. Well, she nearly started it off. I gave her 2 photographs there and she put them in the paper, and then he carried on from there, and she's always been on, we'll get it sorted out. And Pete Healy came up to me and he said, whatever trouble you want, he said, Skipper, he said, get him. Now, you know what I mean? And Mike, we were sitting there at the bar one Saturday, and Mike Condon come down, he said, Skipper, he said, you asked me to do nothing. But I said, I was coming to you. I said, you put on the food. I said, that'll do.
Well done, John.
And I would like to thank them all, everyone that sponsored me. They done their best for me, and they gave me for the raffles and everything like that. And I remember, this is the happiest moment of my life tonight.
I think, John, It's the happiest moment of your life, and I think you've made a lot of people happy here too tonight, John. You know that, in all fairness, so well done.
I'm a very happy man myself. I tell you what, if I die tomorrow morning, I die happy man.
Well done, John. Well done. Oh, we have two mascots now. First mascot is on the team was John Malone. Is John here? John, is that for what? John, I don't know what I can't remember. I photographed at home and it's smart as Malone's, and I don't know if you're one of them or not. But anyway, John, can you remember your time back in Ballingarry? Can you remember your time in Ballingarry with these young fellas when these fellas were playing?
Believe it or not, I can. I remember some of the faces, and Madoney, Art Menright, Paddy Kiley, the Healy's, their father very well. Things you might know. One story that sticks in my head here is one man that kept coming up in the conversation is Pa Clancy. In 1973, whether you know this or not, arrived in Mayo and played in a county final. Believe that or not.
I believe it.
And Pa was a legend in our house. As young lads, we grew up and we looked up to Pa. And the particular day was a really wet, rainy day in Claremorris, and end of the match was coming, and the ball landed in the square and really wet ground, and Pa foul picked it and got caught by the referee. And at the time, it was like penalty in hurling. At the time, there was seven or eight fellas could line up in the goal. And I was only young lad, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. Pa dived full length across the goal, saved it with his stomach, and got Ballinrobe into a replay, and they won the replay. And he probably won't bless me for saying this, but it was completely illegal. But that has a memory for Pa Clancy.
Did Pa play in the replay?
As Vincent Hughes was his name, by the way.
Right. This is our last mascot. He was a mascot in '69. See him up there. Peter Healy. Peter.
Forget about the words.
Peter, we'll see if it was Peter, please. You wouldn't know about player yourself when you were on the field. What you won in county in '79, didn't you, Peter?
As a sub.
Not the matter, Peter. You have no team without good subs.
Listen, I never thought this was going to happen when Skipper said it to me. You know, but sure. It happens, and we're enjoying our night, and all these guys are heroes to me as well. You know? Daily there, look. But I can't say any more, only thanks Skipper for organising it. I did nothing, you know, but I don't know what I need to say a lot of things, but I can't say them. But this year we didn't do too bad. We should have been in the county final in a week's time. We should be in the senior final. You look high, if they aim high, no matter what. They did very good for their first year, and they're our team. Right? And I don't know, I was going to think, I don't know. Thank you anyway.
Thank you, Peter. We're all talking there now all night, and a man's name has come up a good few times. There's one man, I had to have an admiration for him myself, and I think he was one of the best players of the West Limerick, and if not in the county for years. Pa Clancy. Pa, look him up here for a second. I'd like to thank Donald for doing the presentation here. Yeah. We're going back there, talking to these players. We're going back talking there to these players, talking about those, sorry Peter.
Sorry, I forgot to thank my father and Denny Horgan. You know, and sorry, okay. And my pal Eamon.
No. Thanks, Peter. Going back to the team of 69, 66, we were all young fellas growing up at that time, and we'd good underage teams. We won a lot at underage, but we'd never have won that. We'd never have won all the trophies we won at underage, only for the likes of all them players in 66 and 69, because we'd nowhere travelling. These were great men, the carriers, Pat Malone, Shawnee Sullivan, Johnny Hartnett, Ian Bailey, everyone that had a car that took us all over West Limerick. We won championships and everything, and I suppose they were a great inspiration to us. And we'd never have won nothing, only, like, they won it themselves, and we wouldn't have won nothing only for them. So I thank them for that as well. Thank them very much for that. Now, I'll call up one man, he's been spoken here about tonight. He was a great player, one of my favourite players, Pat Clancy. Well done, Pat. Pat, we're sorry we'll no trophy for you, Pat, but you're worthy of a few words. Okay. Every man that came up here tonight spoke about Pat Clancy. Now, I have spoken about you several times myself, and a young fella I've seen you playing. You were an outstanding goalkeeper. If I've ever seen an outstanding goalkeeper, you were Pat. And I'm making no bonds about that. Pat, what was your great memories playing back at that time?
Well, I suppose playing in West Finals and again Ballingarry, especially when win, lose or draw, when the game was over, we were still all friends. We were, and maybe I was just outside the parish, but I trained and I played with the lads here, and I played handball with them, and maybe the following Sunday I had to go and play again. But we all went to the Olympics that night and we had a good time.
Pat, I believe you won 2 county senior medals as well, Pat, with Western Girls, and you were a very young man at the time when you were playing golf.
I was just gone 18 that time, and there was a few from Ballingarry the same day, and granted there was 2 Stapletons and Paddy Kiley, and I think only for them we wouldn't have won it. No.
I mean, that's a very straight question, Pat. You faced the best of forwards and you faced the best of players. Who was the best player you think you ever faced?
I suppose I'd have to say Tony Dorn. Yeah.
Tony Dorn, the West one, he was a good player.
It was in a league game above in Nolan Park, and Pat Hartigan was on him, and the same day Pat didn't manage him too well, but I think he was the best that I faced him. But I didn't get many chances of facing others like that. No.
Going back to today's game, compared to your game, to the way it had been tougher, who would you pick out as some of the great player of today? Of anywhere, who do you think is the best player at the moment in this country?
I suppose you could go to Cork and you could go to Kilkenny, but we have some great players in Limerick too. We have an awful lot of them good. Maybe someday they might come good. And we had 3 21s, and it was a pity we didn't get something out of that.
And maybe in 2007, we might come in 2007. Pat, it's a pleasure to have you here tonight, and it's delighted to have you here. And
I'm delighted to be here because we go back 40 years, and all those people and all those players that I played against, every one of them are my friends, and I'm delighted to be here.
Well done, Pat. Ladies and gentlemen, to me, the great Pat Clancy. Well done, Pat. We're going to have make a draw, is it? No. Nora Keith now, lads. I want it done very simple now. I want all the players down here for a group photograph. All the players. In 5 minutes. Remember one thing here earlier on. That's very important. Our present day chairman of the club, I'd like him to say a few words, Phil Lane.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to say something. It's unbelievable to watch you here, all of you, after all these years, and to see you all together. I know most of you from a young fella watching you playing. I played with one or two of you myself, Matt in right there, and maybe a couple more. But success breeds success. I expect he started it off back in them years with the great man back the Hill Road. I remember John Sullivan telling me some time back that Long Danny sold 2 cows to buy hurleys for the club. And I believe that because he was the backbone and he was the man, he was the God. And I haven't forgotten him. And before my time is ended with Condrons Bar Ballingarry, chairman of this club, I will honour him. I have made a statement some years ago about that, and that goes without saying. I wish you all the best, and it's great to see you here. And we are trying to continue the success on both sides of the hill now. Last year was an unbelievable year. Won the county final with every score from play. This year we're county under 16 final. We have a minor county final for the first time since 1971, am I right? 1971. We have a junior A quarter football final for the first time ever. So we're trying to breed success into the youngsters as well. Last week on the field, I counted at 6 o'clock in the evening 64 children from an age to 5 to 12. Now, if that isn't a success story for the club and the legacy that you have left behind you, and most of you are still putting stuff in somewhere or another, it's much appreciated. Slán, Rob Margaret.